So today we talk about a few of the things as to what's going on with the RV. So when we purchased it in Los Angeles from a El Monte dealership, we noticed it was a rental. And it's got about 40,000 miles on it, but the interior isn't that bad. It's actually pretty good, but there are some things that need to be fixed. And some things that we would like to change. So I am going to be putting some polyfill behind the speakers just to get rid of that wood sound, that echoing wood sound, just to clean up the sound a little bit. And then later on I'll swap this out and then make a better enclosure for this. And then we have some minor stuff like, some heavy usage, nothing too bad. The bed locks in up tight, so we do need to change out this mattress here. So we do have another mattress that we're going to swap it out with, and it's already up there. Kind of a 2-inch memory foam. And then, as you can see, some of the screws are kind of popping out. But that's just minor stuff. Like I said, it's just minor stuff that we need to fix. And the console here, I'm gonna have to rework this because every time you hit a bump, the camera starts to shake on the sides, or excuse me, the feed shakes, and then you can see it on this. So my guess is the cables, RCA cables, or the inputs in the back of this unit are loose, because sometimes the reverse camera won't show up or the left and right will show up, but then they'll get fuzzy and unclear, so you can't see anything. And then also I noticed that there's a direct input from here to there, so that's fine, but I have nowhere to put my phone. So this dash is a little funky and wonky, so I'm gonna have to figure out a way of configuring this or something, because I'm 6'3", and so when I sit back, which is great because I have a lot of leg room. We did rent a few Class C's before we decided to purchase a Class A, and trying to stretch out and rest my leg during long trips was a little hard for me. So we looked at all the RVs. We looked at some Winnebagos and some different builders, and this one, the Forest River, fit me perfectly. I have enough room to slide forward and back, and then I have enough leg room to rest my leg, so I don't feel cramped. And then there are some things that will probably end up changing here or something. So you notice there isn't a cup holder in the center or anything, so it's like over there, and then you have the slide out drawer, which is perfect. And then you have the outlet here on the bottom. Yeah, so that's kind of the cockpit area. We're going to swap out these blinds because sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. They just kind of sit there. And then this was broken, so this is actually a recliner. Somehow the cable was snapped, I'm guessing during the rental process, and so you have to really tug it to pull it to get this to come out. The other one is snapped, and just some kind of wear and tear stuff. So you can see here, not that bad, but we're probably going to swap this out for more of a recliner. And then the other thing that I don't like is that the main switches are down here for the bed, and then the power and the awning and the LED lights for outside are down here. So I would like them to be up here, so I have to figure that out. And so the dinette area, we're also thinking of swapping this out, making an L shape, and possibly removing this. We just took a look at it, and it's just secured by a few screws down to the floor. But this storage space goes all the way through, so which is perfect. And then this storage space goes all the way through, which is perfect. So for a family of 4, so my wife is 5'9", and I'm 6'3", and so our kids are pretty tall. They're 11 and 13, and so we're trying to figure this part out. So when we did a dry run on it driving up from LA, I didn't sit anywhere near here. I just turned the chair around, popped the table in this location, and then just kind of ate dinner there. So swapping this out to an L, and then swapping this out for better seating. Probably kind of the individual recliner, so a recliner here, recliner there, but it's all one piece, and then cup holders and stuff in the middle. So kind of like the movie theater style seating. And then possibly removing this because you can't really see out the windows, and hopefully putting on some type of retractor plate to where it'll attach here, but we're still working on that. That's long term, somewhere down the line. And then this here is functional, but don't like it because it's kind of weird to have this cabinet here next to the microwave, nothing here, and then you have a few drawers here and then one under there. So when this whole slide goes out, probably get rid of this and have a little bit more space. It just looks aesthetically, it doesn't look right. But right now it's just holding some miscellaneous stuff until we get everything organized. The counters we're going to keep, possibly taking out the stove, swapping it with a newer unit. I do like it because it's a 3-burner, which is great. But we're probably going to change this to more of a stainless steel and black. And then taking out that backsplash, and then doing a whole backsplash going all the way across, and possibly removing this old microwave also and doing a convection oven. But the floors are really nice. So for rental, it's not bad. Gonna swap this out. I think we're gonna go more kind of a copper color here, and then all the valances in the RV are gonna get swapped out. So everything dark will get painted white, and then we're gonna do probably like a blue down here in the lower cabinet areas. I do like this, so this is fun. So this gives us extra space when it's out. We do have 2 sinks, which is fine. We thought about swapping it out, but I think we're just gonna keep it. And then I love the fridge. So double doors, lots of space with a family of 4 and 2 boys that eat all the time. And then another thing, a drawback that I don't like is, I do love that the doors are solid. They're real solid wood. And then the only thing I don't like, and it's hard for my kids, is that the latches fold down. So we might be changing it so we can get them to go up, but we'll figure that out later. Cockpit area is pretty big. So this is with all slides closed in. So this is our first slide. And there's no slide over here, but it's in the bedroom area, the bunks. So when the slide is in, very narrow. As you can see, maybe a 4-arm length just to get to the back. And then I like to update this for 2020 Forest River FR3. This is it feels dated, but that's stuff later down the line. And so then you have the bunk, which folds up, and then you can lock it into place. And then also the recliner bed here. So you have 2 seat belts here, which is perfect. So then you can have the kids sitting back here, entertain themselves, because they do have their own television right there, entertainment area. This turns into a bed. We haven't used it as a bed yet. So we had our oldest here, and then our youngest up there, just to kind of separate them a little bit and just kind of figure out what we want to do. So it is narrow back here, and there is no ports on top, but we'll figure that out. But there are ports down below in more of the kids hangout area. And then I'll go through more stuff later once we open it up. But right now we're just gonna try to clean some things and keep it in because we're parked in our neighborhood. And then here's the bathroom. Not a porcelain toilet, plastic, which is fine. I don't really care. I am tall, so I do fit in the shower. And another drawback to this shower is it's a little tight. So when I'm getting dressed, I have some issues. So I have to make sure this door is pushed all the way over so I can get dressed. And then also there is no vent fan, so we're gonna have to swap that out. Cabinet storage is fair, not bad. Then GFI outlet there. Possibly gonna swap this out for maybe above sink, but we'll figure that out. And then toilet paper and some kind of storage space there. Haven't figured out what's under there yet, but I'm figuring it's just an access point. And another empty space, and then a little shelving area there. And mirror. And so this is with the door open. So same thing, kind of a crack to get through. And then go to the bedroom. So right now, like I said, it's in, but once we get a chance, I'll pull everything open and then we'll do another review with it open. So you have your AC unit, which is cool because now you have a little remote for controlling the rear and the front area. And then I can also plug in my CPAP machine over there. Same thing, drop down cabinets, lots of storage through there. A little hollow space here and a rear window. And then this is the back bedroom. So you have 2 large cabinets here. Then you have a cabinet behind television. And then you have 2 drawers here, 2 drawers there, 2 drawers there, and then 2 on the foot of the bed. So lots of storage back here. And then, which is great because this bed fits me perfectly. So it's a nice size king bed. And then we'll just slowly make our way back. And then there's a little bit of storage here in this area for the kids. So you just pull this up. And there's a little thing back there you can put for video and games and so forth. But it doesn't hold a console laying flat. So you got to put it vertical. And then run the wires through for HDMI up to the back here. And then a little cubby for the remote. And this door, which I love because it feels kind of solid. Doesn't feel like any of the the particle boards, and it's a really sturdy door, so it slides all the way across. And which is really great is because when you're back here, you hear very, very minimal noise from up front. So when the kids are fooling around up here, you can hear them, but not very, very loud. Let's see. So some of the things that are not game changes or anything like that, just minor stuff you have to change. So we did notice that there's no ventilation fan here, and then also one in the bathroom. So that'll have to be replaced. And then just minor stuff, just kind of rearranging some stuff, fixing some things here and there, and then just kind of make it our own. But this is the inside with the slides in. Like I said, still enough room, but maybe a forearm length to get back there. And then it gets a little bit tighter when you get by the door. But like I said, I'm 6'3", plenty of room for me as far as driving and being comfortable. And I'll go over some other stuff probably as we find out any issues, but it is a 50 amp, which is great. Love it. Generator works fine. Just like some stuff that needs to be repaired in the battery bay. I have a guy coming out next week because I could fix it, but I'd rather have it under I don't want to have any warranty issues if something does happen with the RV, so I don't want to take the blame for that and avoid anything. So I want to make sure a professional comes out, is going to take care of it, and then fix it. So I'll open up the battery bay here, and then I'll show you the issue we're having. And my guess is because it was a rental, they probably added some other accessories to this thing and didn't do the best of jobs. But so in the battery bay, so when I was driving, we noticed that the awning wasn't working, and then come to find out it had rusted through this connection, and then it just popped out when we turned the corner. So this wasn't secured all the way, and it actually wasn't hooked in, so the battery shifted and pulled it out. So now the awning doesn't work because of this. So I have contacts for us who were just like, hey, is this typical of your wiring? Of course it's not. It's some aftermarket stuff because you can see the burn marks here. I don't think this is the proper gauge wire. I'm pretty sure it's not the proper gauge wire. So you can see kind of the burn marks there, burn there. Like there's a lot of voltage coming through here, and this wire is not keeping up with it. You can see the terminals are rusted here and there. So you can see that stuff's gonna need to be fixed and cleaned up. And then also here in the box, it's not supposed to look like this with this wire coming out the side. It's supposed to, there's a notch here, and all the wiring is supposed to come through this notch. So what they did was they crushed it in between the box. So like I said, I could do this. I would love to do this to fix it, but I'm not, because I don't want any issues with it, because we paid for a warranty, and I don't want them to come back and say, hey, who did this, why'd you do this? And then if, you know, if I do something wrong and it catches fire or whatever, I don't want to be responsible for it. Like I said, I can fix it, but I'm choosing not to do it because we did get the extended warranty for this. So I'm thinking of doing some more switches like this, but I haven't figured out how I want it. I think I might mount something over here on the side to run these wires to and do kind of a different disconnect. So then that way it looks nice and clean, and then it doesn't look like this. So the goal later is hopefully run some lithium ion batteries in here, and then maybe go solar, getting rid of all the generators, because I like the generator, but I like to do a little bit of boondocking also at some point. And minor stuff, like this speaker needs to be replaced. The cone popped off, so I just pulled it out. I haven't tested the TV yet, so it'll be later, but this is just kind of like a quick overview of what it looks like, some of the minor stuff that we didn't fully dive into, but just minor. We do need to replace the awning. So as you can see, it's got like a half patch on there. So we'll fix that. The awnings aren't very expensive and they're not hard to replace. And yeah, other than that, so far everything looks good. And we'll update more later. So today, right now, I'm going to tackle putting in the polyfill.